We begin with breaking news off the top at 6. As many as 7 people have been shot in a Northwest Miami-Dade park. Police say 2 people have been detained and weapons have been recovered. People had gathered there to celebrate the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. CBS 4's Hank Tester is live on the scene. And Hank, what can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you right now that 32nd Avenue is closed down behind me, the Martin Luther King Park right here to the west of me. Things are quieting down. It was quite a scene here earlier today. Shots were fired, people were shot, people were injured. There was a bit of a stampede, and thank goodness no one at this point has passed away. Let's take a look. It was a massive police scene. Miami-Dade police swarm into the area of Martin Luther King Park, 32nd Avenue. Shots were fired just to the east of the park early this afternoon. The street had been blocked off to accommodate food trucks and booths as part of the traditional Martin Luther King Day celebration and parade. Officers in helmets carry heavy weapons. They searched the area. We are told 5 were shot, maybe more, because some victims were driven to area hospitals by their friends. 2 in critical condition. We understand that 1 person is in custody, and for the participants, some very scary moments.
I don't know what happened. Just a lot of shooting, and we had to pack up and go.
I seen a whole bunch of people running. I seen I think 5 people got hit, probably all teenagers, 3 girls and 2 males.
What did it sound like?
I didn't hear no gunshot. I just seen everybody running and screaming. Cause I was right here on the corner.
Did you see somebody down on the ground?
Yeah, I seen a couple girls on the ground.
Man, I'm here at the Martin Luther King parade. I brought my children out here. They shooting already, man. We can't do nothing, man. We can't do nothing right, man. They out here shooting already, man. And little girl on top of the police car shot with blood dripping from her leg. This Martin Luther King holiday. You understand what I'm saying? We can't do nothing. Look at the people running again. Come here, Victoria. Just look. Come here. Stand over here. Go over here behind the dumpster. Stand behind the dumpster, Ethan. Just stand behind the dumpster, Victoria. Down.
Come on. Where that boy at? Where that boy at?
All the damn police. Making everybody Come on, Victoria, come on. See what I'm saying, man? You see what I'm saying? This shit crazy, man. It's crazy. You know, we can't do nothing, man. As a black people, man, we can't do nothing together. You know, we out here running for our life. People out here shooting. We got the helicopters. You know, the Cubans can have cayocho all day. They can do cayocho all day. No problem, man. Million damn Cubans in the street all day with no problem, man. Look at us. We out here running. We running. We shooting at each other. I mean, we're shooting. Man.
Juan Perez, the director of the Miami-Dade Police Department, tweeted, "Shameful closing to the MLK parade. Certainly not what the followers of Dr. King Jr. would want out of our community." So you have a good look now at the scene here. It is clearing a bit, but still a lot of police officers in the area, and updating our story as things are changing minute by minute. Police now tell us they have detained 2 individuals, 2 weapons. We're also learned that there were a number of folks that were injured when they stampeded away from those shots. So we're still sorting this one out for you. We'll have much more for you tonight at 11. Reporting, I'm Hank Tester, CBS 4 News. Back to you.
Hank, thanks a lot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wake Up Report. And you see those black folks running right there? You see them running and scattering for their lives in Miami? Well, they're not running from the KKK. They're not running from the skinheads. They're not running from any neo-Nazi group. They're not running away from George Zimmerman. They're not running away from Donald Trump. They are running away from their own people. They are running away from niggers. On Martin Luther King Day, the day of all days, that niggers decide to shoot into a crowd of people. I have said it before. I am going to say it again. I'm going to say it now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put it up on the screen so you can read it for yourself. Niggers will corrupt and destroy everything that they come into contact with. Now, this is particularly distressing because of all places where something like this could happen. Not that it would make it any better that it happened somewhere else, but this happened in an area where you black people in Miami swore that George Zimmerman was the problem, that George Zimmerman was the racist, that George Zimmerman just gunned down an innocent black man. And this is how you honor the memory of Trayvon Martin. This is how you respect and honor his parents. This is what you do to show Trayvon Martin that you're going to keep him in your thoughts and your prayers, and you're going to make sure that the legacy of the memory of Trayvon Martin lives on, and you're going to do things more respectful and more productive. Who are we kidding? We're talking about black people. Black people who cannot get together for one day to honor a man that gave his life for the very niggers that are shooting up at his celebration. So while President-elect Trump, the man that you swear is evil, the man that you swear is a racist, the man that you swear is just an enemy to black people, while President-elect Trump is meeting with Martin Luther King Jr. III to discuss voter rights and other issues, your black people that you swear are in your corner, that you swear aren't the problem, that you swear that I'm the coon and I am the negative one for reporting on stuff like this. This is what they're doing on Martin Luther King Day. So Congressman Lewis, when President-elect Trump tells you that your area is a load of crap, he means it and he's telling the truth, and you just can't accept the truth. So you fall back on racism. You fall back on bigotry. You fall back on anything to discredit Donald Trump when you should be discrediting your own people. Mr. Lewis, what do you have to say about this? We'll never know, because mainstream media will not ask you this. What mainstream media will do in order to keep the agitation going is that they will push the Donald Trump is a racist agenda, but they will not push why are your black people so savage and acting like a bunch of niggers on Martin Luther King Day agenda. And you wouldn't have anything to say about this. Are you going to blame the Russians on this? Mr. Lewis, who are you going to blame on this other than your own black people? It doesn't matter that it didn't happen in Atlanta, because it may as well have been Atlanta. Miami is Atlanta, is Detroit, is Ohio, is Los Angeles, is Cleveland, is everywhere we reside in large numbers. This type of activity, this type of nonsense is a daily occurrence. And black people like you, black people like those two other Congress persons that are going to boycott Donald Trump's inauguration, you don't have anything to say about this. You will not address this. You will ride that old civil rights pony into the ground, and it's over, sir. That era is over. You're dealing with a new era, sir. You're dealing with a new civil issue, I might add, sir. The Civil War that we have to deal with now is not the North versus the South. It's not blacks versus whites. It is Africans versus niggers. When are you going to address that and make that a priority, not only in Atlanta, but across the country when it comes to black folks? When are all of you black folks going to stand up who are in positions of power and going to address this issue honestly and truthfully and aggressively and go after these niggers the way you go after Donald Trump? Today's black man is a punk, a spineless, ballless, gutless, dickless punk. You sit around like women holding on to your skirts and your panties, and you cry, "Please come and help us, Mr. White Man. Why is this happening? We don't know when this is going to end. Of all the days this happens, oh why, oh why?" You sound like a bunch of bitches. You do realize that it is your constitutional right to bear arms in the face of tyranny, in the face of total chaos. You're looking at chaos right now. You're looking at total tyranny right now. Why don't you pick up your guns and go after these niggers the way these niggers pick up their guns and come after you? But you see, we live in an era where if you're a black person and you try to do the right thing, you're a snitch. If you're a black person and you try to do the right thing, you're a coon, you're a sellout, you're a traitor. If you prop up and you defend these thugs, these punks, these niggers, you're not the problem, you're okay. This is how sick black people's mentality is. Today, we celebrate, prop up, and defend everything that is wrong that's going on in our communities, and we attack anything that tries to tell you this is wrong and tries to tell you how to make it right. When I did the story about the young lady who hung herself because life just beat her down and she couldn't take it anymore, I suggested that you pick up a Bible, because there are some passages in a Bible that will help you live a better life, that will help you gain some understanding. And somebody had the nerve to call me a Nimrod because I dare suggest that you pick up a book that has answers in it and use that book to help you live a better life. Why read some fairy tale book, after all, written by some invisible man that you've never seen? Well, I'll tell you this, that book, the laws that were written in that book by that invisible man have withstood the test of time. That book, written by that invisible man, predicted this kind of behavior, predicted this kind of chaos, predicted what is going to ultimately happen with niggers like this and other people who choose to follow this path. So I think I would rather be on the side of that invisible guy who wrote that book than be on the opposite side of the people who are showing you by their behavior that without God in that book, there is no law. Without God in that book, there is no order. Without God in that book, there is only chaos and self-destruction and a godless society that is hell-bent on its own self-destruction. Black America, you should be ashamed of yourself, but a lot of you aren't. Black America, this should make you absolutely enraged, but it probably is not. What you are going to do is just chalk it up to another day in the life of dysfunctional black behavior, and you're going to go right back to your standard mode of behavior until something like this happens again, or until you can find some white person to pin something on. Black people, more so than Donald Trump, the Ku Klux Klan, the skinheads, the Russians, or any other racist hate group that you can imagine, pale in comparison. We are our biggest threat. We are our biggest enemy, and it is about time we address it and do something about it. We have a nigger problem in the United States of America, Black America. What are we going to do about it? This is KTM and the Wake Up Report saying think a little bit. It will do wonders for you.